Welcome into this video. Michael here. I'm going to be showing you how to grow your Facebook group through the use of organic, but more so I'll be going into a Facebook ad strategy that is going to help you boost your growth much faster, be able to scale this, and just be able to get ultimate growth inside of your Facebook group. Now, if you haven't watched the other video, in the training, I talked about how Facebook groups are very useful. I showed you inside how you can do this for yourself in the health niche or any other industry, really. This can apply for any type of niche, right? So what I'm about to show you, you can replicate it in other places. Like I've been able to do so. It's just you change the script, the copywriting, the messaging behind all these things, and you're about to see in depth how to use it, right? Okay, so you're looking at just one of my pages here for remove back pain. And if you've seen the other video, if not, it's fine. You'd know that I posted on the page. And that's not what I want to get into in this video. I maybe talked about it in the last one, but this is another one that's a great strategy, which is posting on your page, but that's not enough. Especially if you're trying to get ultimate reach. One way to get people into your Facebook group would be going through other groups and be able to comment on people's posts and offer your help and services. And, you know, if they respond back to that message, you can go ahead and, let's say, send them a friend request, talk to them in the DM, and then send them an invite afterwards in time to your Facebook group. Okay, so that's a whole nother strategy of its own. You could also, it's a little bit redundant though, where you would have to go to another Facebook group, comment, help, send somebody a friend request, and then see if they can go and like your Facebook page. After they like your Facebook page, then you might send them an invite to go like your Facebook group. So it's a couple more steps being added to what I'm about to show you. So that was one way, organically going through in other people's groups, helping out, offering advice, whatever they have problems with, you answer them. And then you can also use Facebook like campaigns. Okay, this is where you would go into your business ad manager account. If you haven't created one, you can do that within your own Facebook account. And you'd go and create a like campaign, which I'm going to show you. Mine is at the moment restricted from running ads because, you know, Facebook never tells me why. I don't think I made really a mistake, but it is what it is. I haven't been able to recover it, but I've been able to do a huge amount of work anyways, so it doesn't make that much of a difference to me, especially with the other focuses that I'm on, with like the blog and stuff. But this is one great way to go ahead and start getting those people into your health Facebook group, the one that you create, where you're going to help people out, where you're going to say, hey, I help. I'm going to create a group. It's called Keto for Beginners, Keto for people 40 and over. Joint pain support supplements for, you know, people with back pain. You know, you have the name of your group already together, and if you are having difficulty trying to figure that part out, go to the last video. But that's what you'd want to do. You create a group around your niche with specific keywords in the group title that you're creating. And if you need help with that, I can also direct you. Don't want to spend too much time on that, but here we're in my Facebook Ads Manager, and I can still create a mock ad. I won't go too into depth on creating the like campaign in this video. To learn about like campaigns, go to the section, or I think it'll be later down below, where I talk about each and every single one of these different campaign objectives, how to use them effectively for what you are doing. So I'll have a like campaign video, but we're going to go through an engagement campaign where you're given different options for post engagement, page likes, and event responses. We're going to go through and do the page likes campaign. Now I could continue here Give it a moment. Now, I'm going to skip all this, but what I do want to say that is very important is when you're creating your campaign, which the other video will show you, is you want to target a specific market. All right, we're just not going to create an ad that's going to be too general, like way too general, where it's like, here, anybody can come and like this page. Now, we want people who are actually going to be interested in our group eventually. So people who are coming through our page, we're going to get them to go through our group, and I'll show you how that happens. So when we're running this page-like campaign to a targeted group, for example, back pain, we're targeting people who have back pain, joint pain, sciatica, things like that. Maybe they follow a different page, and we can target people who follow that page. And then once they start giving us likes, we'll get all that data, and then we'll be able to see who did like our page and be able to then send them an invite to our Facebook group that you've hopefully already created. So if you haven't created a Facebook group, let alone a page, right? So if you haven't created a Facebook group, you'll want to go ahead and do that. I'll leave some extra tips as well. The other video you can go and watch, make sure to see that. But like some examples I just gave you earlier, like keto for beginners, you can do weight loss tips for best weight loss strategies for men under 40. There's so much you can go with this. Natural solutions for back pain. It's endless, right, in the health niche and in any other industry as well. So if you're like, you know, in the make money online niche, affiliate marketing for beginners, affiliate marketing with SEO. Doesn't matter. You can go very broad in many different industries. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go to the new ad step because I want to show you what we would put into our primary text and then how that would look like. And I have this opened up over here. That's not it. So this is what our ad can look like. So simply, I created a document here so I can just show you step by step what I would do. And you're going to see to the right here, it forming. So what you're seeing in this document before I go any further is, hey, want to learn how to create keto recipes that work. Learn, like this page and I'll show you how. And then we have a catchy image. And then we're going to have like our subheadline at the bottom that people will see before they click through or they go ahead and give us a like, because that's what our goal is to get the likes. It's not to click through and go to an external website like an opt-in page like you've likely heard of. That is another strategy I'll cover in a moment. But that's pretty much the procedure. Let me go back here. We have our main headline, want to learn how to create keto recipes that work. And again, when we're targeting based interest, let's say we're targeting people who are interested in diet and it's specifically with keto, then this is going to be a highly relevant ad with page likes that then can turn into people you send to your Facebook group. And so then that would be in there. I want to see something. Okay. And so at the bottom here, it's because of the restrictions, but let me see this. Okay. Let me go back. Wrong page there. So you're going to be given an option where at the bottom you see right down here where it says viral home-based pursuits. You're going to be able to put a spot where it says like keto rest for this example, we're going to use keto recipes that work. So that'll replace like the name. If it can, it'll replace that if it gives you that option. So you can put that part in there. Instead of the name of your company, you can put the name like keto recipes that work or weight loss tips that work, things like that. And that could be replaced again down here underneath that image where we put the information. So you can see how this ad is showing up, but this is for a different page. Let's see. I'm going to select the page here, see if I can change this. So it'll be more relevant to what we're doing. Okay, now let me go back to new ad and see if this changed. Okay, yeah, it is. So you can always select a different page if you have another. You can always create them usually at this level. They're not created yet. But it still leaves the same image. We would just have to clear all that. Change media. See if I can select a different image to show you. I think I saved it underneath the keto plan. It'll be the same image you just saw. So the upload won't work on that one specifically, but I'm gonna go ahead and just click a different one. But you want to have a catchy image. So I'll just do this for the time being. And you see how that replaced that image, but you would have a picture here if you were doing keto recipes that's highly relevant to keto recipes, right? So if this one, for example, was, if you had a picture of a back and you could kind of see it's kind of chiropractic care, want to learn how to that could be changed. Want to learn how to get your back on track? Yeah, it's relevant, especially when we're targeting the right people. Like this page, and I'll show you how. You can see that, an image, and then we can change, if you're given that option to change the subheadline, it could be, instead of keto recipes that work, natural back solutions that work. This can always be tweaked. I'll give you more options. We can put that in replace of this. And what would happen is when we launch this like campaign, people will start to see it and they will start to like it. And once you gather a lot of information on, once you gather a lot of page likes, likes on your ad, then we can go back to our page, your page that you created in your niche, and we can go to a group option that will show you who are the people who recently liked your page. And then from that, we can select all those and then send them an invite to your Facebook group. That's where the plan comes in. So we created this ad, it's running, and you can do this for, if you're thinking about the costs, you can run it as $5 per day, okay? That low. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to burn through your $5 budget per day. You obviously have to keep an eye on it, but you can get page likes as much as, a couple cents to 20 cents plus. You can go higher than that, 50 plus cents per page like, depending on the market one and then the type of messaging. But it's, I've gone very, very low on it. When I got started with it, I was getting a couple cents, not even 20 cents. It was less than 10 cents per like. Again, it depends on the area also that you're targeting. So if you're targeting these third world countries, it might be far less. But if you're targeting more highly relevant, top tier, United States, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa, even more, then it might be a little bit more costly, but it's more targeted. So that's what you would want anyways, because those are the people who are eventually going to not only just join your group, but then you're going to be like, hey, these people are also going to be buyers, right? We want people who are going to be buyers as well, not just people who just join the group and never eventually want to buy. Of course, you're there to help them, but if you're goal is as an affiliate or in any other industry is to earn, then you'll want to have highly targeted traffic, right? So now we're going to exit out of this, and I'm going to go over to the product page, right? This is going to be, just imagine this being your Facebook page that you've created. And if you haven't done that, I think I have a module on how to create Facebook pages. But if I don't, you can just quickly do a Facebook search on how to create a Facebook page, and it'll show you how to do that and link to your group. There will be settings here. If you haven't already linked your page to your group, groups, settings, and then groups, and then you can also link right here. This is one way to link, if that's still available when you're watching this. But generally, it'll ask you if you want to link to your group. So page to the group, link together. That way you can collect not only the data, but then it's going to help you. Facebook's going to know who's your group. So then when you go and invite people, it'll send them there. So let me come back to here. Okay. So what's going to happen? Your page will look likely different than mine. Mine says request reviews for product service. So what you want to happen is it's going to say something like, and I wrote it down here just so I can remember. I think it's in this one. Yeah, so you're going to want to see a button there that says click on discover groups. So it'll be like right here, click on discover groups. And you're going to click on that button and you're going to be seeing your linked group. And if not, it maybe give you an option to link your group. If you have one, hopefully you already made one. That's the point of this. And then you'll be able to see a button that says invite next to it. So click on that button that says invite, and it'll bring you up a pop-up that shows you all the people who have liked your page recently, and then you can check box every single one of those people who have liked that ad you ran. Okay, right? That's where the magic comes in. The people who like that ad are gonna be shown in that pop-up box where then you can check every single one of those people you want to then send an invite to. There'll be a button you can press to send an invite to your Facebook group, and that will massively send it out to everyone. And then what happens next? They can start joining the group. And then when that happens, but before I get too far ahead, okay, I want to talk about collecting emails, because the whole point of all this is to collect email addresses. You can send people to your Facebook group, yes, but you want to also be collecting their email address so you can follow up with them, send them value, your newsletter, different posts, if you're doing video, blog posts, social, so they can get all this information. Then you can give them offers that also, so then you can start sending them to affiliate offers, your own products and services, and then they can start purchasing. Right? And that's going to get the ball rolling. Building your email list is very important. That's the key to all this. So let me come back to this before I move any further. So you see that process. If we wanted to stick with organic traffic, we could, but we're talking right now about Facebook ads and using a page-like campaign, as I've shown you. They like it, you go to your Facebook page, go to that group setting I just went over, click on the invite next to your group, and you're gonna get a pop-up with all the people you can invite and send that out. And then when that happens, they'll go over to your Facebook group where it's gonna be private, right? It's gonna be a closed private group. They can't just join, right? Don't just leave it open. Make it a private group where they have to answer at least 3 questions. And I highly recommend you use all 3. Fill up all those 3. So let me go back over here. And I just want to show you another way if that button does not appear there. Somehow they changed it. This is another way to do this. So I go to the more, I go to community, and here's my group. And then I can go here and click invite fans to your group, automatic invites. So save time by automatically sending group invitations to your followers. We'll only send invites to your top fans and recently active followers. So we can also do automatic invites. I'm gonna turn it off for now, but what happens here is you can automatically send the invites to everyone, right? So anytime somebody keeps liking and following you, it'll be automatically sending it out to them. Or you can here just, manually do it if you would like, one by one, but then you can just use the automatic setting, which is what I recommend. But before I do, let me just toggle that off and just go through this again just to see some things. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on. And automatic invites will be sent. But if you hadn't sent that invite already, I think you're going to have to go ahead and somewhat manually do that. All right. But you can turn that on and it'll automatically send the invites. But the people who already liked it, I'm sure that the people who've already liked my page and this wasn't turned on yet, I'd have to go through it manually. I would assume, I think that's what happens with this option. I know they're always changing things. But with you, if you just started running that like campaign, right, I can then press that send button and it'll invite them in here. We're not going to do that right now. Again, it might be a little button right here where it says click on discover groups. Click there, it'll show you your group that's been linked. If not, I think you can link it from there still. And then click on the invite button, be able to see a pop-up, and then I think it'll check mark all of them. You can do it all at once and then send that invite to people and you're good to go. And then this other option I just showed you, and I know there's a few more, but that was that. Okay, so now when you're in the Facebook group, this is very important. I want to make this very clear. Let me go over to, I think I have it opened already in this window. Okay, I recently made a post there. So then what we want to do is make sure, not member requests. Go back in there. And this is just the one of many groups. And so let me see here. We're going to go to membership questions on the side panel there. And you're going to be able to fill up 3 different questions to ask your members before they join, right? We made it a private closed group. And I think it'll say membership questions on the left side of the panel when you haven't yet created them, because I know Facebook's always changing their interface and things. And if this part isn't here, go to settings. I think there might be a settings, and then you can go through there and add membership questions. There'll be a section for that. But one, this is what I asked: how did you find this group? And then I put in parentheses must answer, just to make it more hey, you can't get accepted unless you answer this. You don't have to put that there though. I just put that there for reassurance. What's the number one concern you have when it comes to your lower back pain? Add your email down below and I'll send you this free blueprint guide on the 5 steps to removing back pain 24/7. So this is what I'm doing. So how did you find this group? If you're not tracking where people came through, this is a good question to ask. Okay, well, I don't know. Did they come from my page like campaign that I sent them a huge group invite? They come from an ad on a thank you page at my website. Where do they come through? My YouTube channel, they clicked on the description and they found my group through there. That might be something you want to answer, because then you can optimize. You can say, oh, well, I'm going to continue doing this way too. Not just do it, but do it this way because I know it works. And then you can always test. And then what's the number one concern? You can ask and say, okay, well, now I know what people want to know about. So then that'll help me create content, right? So when you ask that question, what you're getting in return is, hey, I know this person now. I know what they have problems with. I know how to help them. Let me create content around this specific topic. Let me address that. And then when you speak to them, and you can also like DM them, once they get into your group, you're helping them out, or you can even reach out to them and say, hey, I knew that the number one concern you had was this. This is how I can help you, and send them to extra content. And that content can then market to them and sell to them. And then, the rest is history. You don't have to do too much if everything is in the right places. And then adding your email down below so then I can send you something for free. Now, this is where we collect that email address. This is what's very important. So back up. I know this is a little bit longer video, but I want you to get it all. So we could focus on organic content, going through groups, commenting, helping people, sending them a friend request, and DMing them, talking to them, making yourself known, and then following up later on with, hey, I have a page here, and then to a Facebook group later on, you can invite them, and then go from there. And then you would also, we talked about Facebook page likes campaign to your Facebook group, and then to grow your email list. So that's what we're on now. So let me come back here. So of those 3 questions, usually the last one I ask, here's, add your email down below so then I can send you something for free. And then that's where you're going to be able then to use your email autoresponder tool, Aweber, ActiveCampaign, whatever you're using, and be able to import those emails into your lists, okay? So then they can go ahead and get that freebie you were offering them, right? So in exchange, you get their email address so they can join the group. They must answer that. And then what you're doing with your email autoresponder is you're inputting that email you got with that name. I would put the name too so you can address them in every email. And they're going to be getting that freebie you're offering them. And then now you can create a sequence around that freebie that then has value posts, has offers to them. They buy, you segment their as a buyer, and so forth. So this goes above and beyond, right? So you're starting to see how this all connects, right? And then once they're in the group, you start posting valuable content. Not so much like, hey, here's my offer. You want to post also valuable content. You can make offer types of posts inside of your group, but focus on adding value. That's what people are there for, to get educated and help, entertain. And then, here and there, if you're selling products, you can even sell high ticket products too, and promote a video or a blog post, send people to a link. In time, once you grow that authority and that trust in their eyes, then anything can happen. But always focus on delivering ultimate value, right? So that's everything in this one video I wanted to show you. So I'm going to back up and to this and just think about the costs for running a $5 page like campaign. That can then turn into, we're talking maybe it can be less than 10 cents per page like, as much as 50 cents per page plus like. It all depends on kind of the targeting, the industry, the messaging behind it, but you can always tweak it. It's not expensive. You don't have to worry so much about all that, rising up in costs, and all that for getting like a $1,500 in per month return just from doing a page like that sends people to a group. You collect email addresses, you're then emailing them. That's the whole focus too, is email marketing. And you're delivering value, content, offers, and you're getting people to buy from you eventually, and you're starting to add up. And then what this ends up doing is then you can double your page like campaign to then give you somewhat of the same return in your numbers per page like spend. And that can also increase too, because now you've increased your budget, you know what is working. You can put a different message behind it, maybe even make it longer and keep it short, but longer can still work. And then now you're getting into the rhythm of how to do this and how to scale and how to, double that amount. And now you're making like 3,000 plus per month. And this is possible. Okay, this is really possible for you. It's helped me. It's worked for me. So that's everything in this video that I wanted to focus on. Maybe I'll make another video that adds on to this with the email side of things, but I have an email course. If you haven't looked at that, Likely you've seen it. I've given it to you. If you're inside of the Healthy Affiliate course cheat sheet, look for the email marketing side of things to create your campaigns, to give away freebies, and so much more in different industries you can use it for. All right, so I think I've covered everything. Let me look at my notes here. Okay, so another thing you could do is when I was saying you can comment on other people's, when you go into other people's groups and you comment, do organic traffic, and then you've helped them, then what you could do is then send them a friend request, or you can just send them a DM as well, and then be able to link them to a post of yours. If you have content on another platform outside of Facebook, you do it inside. And then from there, people can go ahead and then go through your page like campaign and then through a group. It's just added steps that I would take away because it just adds more friction. So another thing too, if you're asking what other type of ads can I run, you can run a, say here, so if you ran a learn more button, and I won't talk too much about what a traffic campaign is here because I have that in the ad section, but you can also use it with engagement campaigns. The idea behind it is you're sending people to an opt-in page. They click on like a button that says learn more in your ad, right, where they're taken externally away, and then you give them something for free, right? It might be something like a free keto book, free guide on something, and then when they opt in, then you take them to a thank you page that then will have your thank you message, and it'll say then, okay, here, join our Facebook group. They can click a button, a link, they go to your Facebook group. Again, you have those 3 questions because it's a private group, remember. You're collecting that email address. You're putting that email address into your email autoresponder tool. That's going to automate the process for you. You send them that free thing. You can create a sequence around that. I highly recommend there's a sequence with that. And then the rest just keeps on going. You just keep going back and forth and return back to that cycle. Okay, so to end this, I think there was one more way that I wanted to cover because I know I wrote it here. But yeah, that was the page likes, commenting in other Facebook groups. But there are many other ways to do this, right? I don't want to get into all the different ways of sending people to your Facebook group because there are many. But this is a very highly effective one. If you just spend, put a $5 budget per day, you don't have to burn through it all. And then you see what's working, people are liking it, go to your Facebook page, go to discover your groups or that more button, select all the people who you want to send an invite to, automatically send it, and then you have those 3 questions, collect that email address, and you're good to grow from there. Okay, so that is everything from me in this video. Go ahead, if you haven't already, create your Facebook group. I have the other video as well that'll help with that. Naming it, if you need help with that, reach out to me, I'll help you. In the community with the Healthy Affiliate the Healthy Affiliate community. If you're in there, go ahead and post, comment. I may leave a post about Facebook groups. You can run by your ideas through me, and I'll let you know. And if you're in any other industry, go ahead, run them by me. I have a separate group for those things as well. And I believe that is everything. But this is a very highly effective strategy, especially if you're in the health industry. Works for anything. But if you're like, I can't just blog about medical terminology, or it's much harder now to do it this way than that way it was years ago, highly recommend, no matter what, like one of your strategies be to have a Facebook group. And you can go through it organically, spend time like that, or you can use a small budget to run a page like campaign. Those people who liked it, you can see that, send them an invite to your group that's already created. And then you can have like a little welcome pin post at the top that then welcomes people, new members with information and maybe a video. You don't have to. It works though well. Sends them to links so they can go sign up to your other social pages, and here's more freebies, and here's what to do. Comment. More engagement will grow your group even more. Facebook then ends up pushing it because that's what it wants, Facebook groups to be pushed. One thing too that I want to leave you with that just came to mind and I wanted to share earlier, but I didn't. So of course your name is going to be different than just product and service. Name it the name of like the company. Mine was because I was testing some things and I'm going to make some changes to it. And for some reason it wouldn't let me do that, but it's fine. And I have a tag name. You don't have to actually have a tag name to get going and that name. But another thing too is when I've been posting here, look what happens. So a lot of these people would also be ones that, so watch. So what I'm going to show you here is I posted some things. You don't have to post immediately when you create your Facebook page. You can go from your Facebook page to then the like campaign. And you don't get as much organic reach as you do anymore. You know, and I started in the later years, so it wasn't like I started early 2000s when you can just post on Facebook pages and get things. I had to actually optimize this organically, and then I went in through ads, and then I went through the methodology that I just showed you with Facebook page likes. But what you can do here is if you're getting this, click on you and 68 others, and then you can go ahead and send some invites here, more sort of like the page and stuff. And then you can know who are these people because these will be highly relevant people that would like to join your posts. So what I did here, this is very strategic as well. So free guide, it eliminates your joint pain with this one protein. Yeah, and this is my call to action. Like this post, comment #protein. Once they do that, I'm going to reach out to them. So if they commented, I'm doing this. So as you can see, I already have done so. This person said protein. So I said, sent you a message. So I personally sent them a DM. So I sent them a DM with that protein guide. It takes them there. They can click through that link, takes them to an opt-in page of mine. And then again, like that strategy on the thank you page, join this Facebook group. They click that button, they can go join my Facebook group. See how highly relevant that is? And then if you didn't have that kind of a thank you page, then you can always follow up with them and say, hey, Diana, how's your free guide going? You know, just wanted to let you know too that we also have a free group where we can help you XYZ, 3 benefits. Here's a link. If would it be okay with me to share this with you? Boom, they say okay, share it with them. So that's another highly effective strategy. Again, I don't want to go too far away from the page likes that I showed you. So that is everything from me in this video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. And that is it. Thank you. Bye.